It's been a great start this season for the Philadelphia Wings, but things hit a bit of a speed bump last week against the Rochester Nighthawks. Wings trying to get it going again against a Halifax Thunderbirds team that is also looking to crawl back up the standings. It's the countdown to face-off, sponsored by Castor, as the Wings and the Halifax Thunderbirds get set, and you see what's at stake there. Philadelphia trying to join the ranks of the 6-win teams in the NLL with a win here today. Halifax is trying to get themselves onto the left side of that standings column where the top 8 will make the playoffs. Hello everyone and welcome inside Wells Fargo Center for National Lacrosse League action alongside former Wings captain Scott Gabrielson. I'm Brian Smith. Scott, the Wings hit the halfway point this week and they'll take it where they are coming into this game.
That's for sure. You got to like where the Wings are so far. Halfway through the season, they're at 5-3. Although they had a skid versus Rochester, they've got great potential to be in the postseason. However, Halifax is in the way. This game starts the first game of a back-to-back home and away series that can make a big difference in the standings.
Wings, of course, have the top 2 scorers in the league. This week, though, we're going to look at some of the secondary scorers, and Halifax also bringing in some strong offense tonight.
Yes, that's for sure. The player to watch for Halifax is number 83, Randy Stotts. He's the team leader in points and also leading the team with 36 assists. Often very creative with passes on the crease and this little backhand flip. Although his goal protection's down, he's a big right-hander that should get a lot of attention from the Wings. For the Philadelphia Wings, they've got a big body to watch as well. Number 34, Brendan O'Neill, the number 1 overall draft pick in this year's draft. He has a great overhand shot from outside, picking corners, but also the 6'2", 250-pounder can deliver highlight goals here, like this dive goal versus Saskatchewan. He leads all rookies with goal scores with 15. But there's a lot of veterans on this team. Started with number 19, Holden Katoni. 51 points on the season. That's 3rd best on the team. Here's a great back-to-back assist. Katoni's on pace to have one of his best scoring years ever, averaging over 6 points per game.
Let's bring in now the 3rd member of our crew. Mary McGinnis is downstairs with Holden Katoni.
Holden, you're 2nd in the league in scoring with 114 total goals for the Wings as a whole. How can you bring that power offense tonight?
Everybody, by committee, we all got to score and we all have the ability to score, so sharing the rock makes us difficult to guard.
Awesome, good luck tonight.
Well, it's Marvel night here at Wells Fargo Center, which is why the Wings look a little bit different. More on that in a moment. Warren Hill is starting here for the Halifax Thunderbirds.
Warren Hill, a really big body for the Thunderbirds, 5'10", 240 pounds. That guy fills a lot of net. You got to get him moving. He's known as a blocker. He just fills that net.
Opening face-off is set. We're underway. The Thunderbirds also in their Marvel jerseys. Deadpool themed. It's their Marvel night next week in Halifax when these two teams will finish out a home-and-home set. So they're going to face off against each other next week as well. This is Clark Peterson in the left side corner working around Ryan Wagner. It's making life difficult. Now Dawson Thede moving in. First shot of the game is gobbled up by Nick Damude, getting the start again here today for Philadelphia.
Good start on the defense. Very strong offense, big bodies on offense for Halifax. And as we started off, here's number 22, Mike Sowers, making his Wings debut today.
I keep a close eye here on Michael Sowers, who's been a star outdoors. This is his first indoor game as he goes to the net, and you see some of the moves he's got there and the oohs and ahs from the crowd. That's the kind of thing we're looking for here tonight. Here is the first goal of the contest as Mike Robinson in transition puts one home.
Pace of play is gonna be fast, ladies and gentlemen, as Halifax delivers the first blow. Great goal. Just a great rush right down the floor. Take a look at Peterson. Oh, sticks that far pipe just around the stick side of Damude. Great goal to get it going. Halifax 1-0.
Robinson, the lefty out of University of Delaware, where he rewrote the record books, one of 6 active University of Delaware players around the National Lacrosse League, of course, just down the road in Newark, Delaware, about 45 minutes south of us here at Wells Fargo Center. Bit of a homecoming for him. And Halifax will win this draw again. Jake Withers, of course, the face-off specialist for Halifax, 2024 Transition Player of the Year. He's only at 50% this year, though, Scott, which is low for him. He's a career 72% face-off guy. See if the Wings can't take a little bit of advantage of that here today.
Yeah, one of the best in the league. That's a storyline to watch, is the face-offs. Halifax, with the dominance at the face-off dot, could control the ball a lot.
Isaiah Davis-Allen has it now for Philadelphia, off to Joe Resetarits, the league's leading scorer, trying to put it in front, but Mitch Jones was double-teamed, and now Halifax another chance in transition here as Graham Hosick will pull up. Hosick himself, a 3-time NLL Defensive Player of the Year, all in a row. And now Halifax with the offense out, working on the left side. It's Peterson trying to maneuver it out in front. That one headed toward nobody in particular. It'll be picked up, though, by Jason Knox out up high.
Good double by Wagner to help McCannell on that right-hand side.
The Wings are going to force the turnover here on the shot clock violation, so they'll take over in their own end. These jerseys here tonight, the Marvel Night jerseys created by the late Jeffrey Veregi, an award-winning Native American artist and writer with illustrated art featured within numerous Marvel comics. He traces his unique illustrative style back to his indigenous roots, and these jerseys are going to be available for auction in support of Wings charities, so watch out for that. Here's Phil Caputo over the top, and that one was stopped by Warren Hill. So these teams kind of feeling things out here in the early start time. It's a doubleheader day here at Wells Fargo Center with the Flyers taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight. So a lot of anticipation in the sports world, though, around here with the Super Bowl coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, big game. You're going to probably hear a lot of Eagles chants in the stadium today. Philly's on fire.
Hogarth picks up that rebound off the end boards to give a fresh shot clock to Halifax. Dawson Theed moving in. He'll drop it off for Robinson. Winds, holds, now fires. Save made by Damude, and the Wings get to that loose ball.
Great save by Damude. Robinson all over him in front.
And taking one up high there was Anthony Jochum, but nobody saw that, so we'll continue on. Here is Sowers on the left side. Sowers off to Resetarits, and a takeaway here by Halifax. Coming the other way quickly is Hosick with the shot, and he scores. Takeaway by Graham Hosick. He takes it the distance and puts it home. His first goal of the season makes it 2-0 Halifax.
Yeah, Graham Hosick, the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year in the National Lacrosse League, just does it himself. Look at him, late pickup by Philadelphia. He just goes coast to coast. Left-handed shot, beats Damude. As you said, his first goal of the season. Known for his defense, big bruiser. They call him the Cyborg. The Cyborg puts the ball in the back of the net for his first goal of the year.
He tosses in a few every season, and now he is on the board for the year here in game number 8 for Halifax. And the Thunderbirds win the faceoff, chance to add to this early lead. Here's Robinson looking for some space, finds it, fires it low, but it's kept out by Nick Damude. Wings will take over. Wings 1-6 all time against this Halifax team, 0-3 here in Philadelphia. As the team split the season series last year, road team won each game, both of them in overtime. So some close contests between these clubs a year ago. Here's a chance that rings the post. Resetarits tried to fire it right back in, but that was blocked off the stick. And now another transition opportunity here for Halifax, but Armstrong runs into a couple of Wings out that back door. Now he dishes it off, a shot wide of the net, and the Wings will get to that rebound. Coming right the other way is Philadelphia with some speed. This is Messenger, around a man, goes to the net, fires it wide. Wings will pick up that rebound. It's Connor Sellers with it right now, as Philadelphia still has to get most of the offense out on the floor. Now they'll do that.
Good push by Messenger. Here's Sowers again, working that right-hand side with Resetarits, Caputo.
Sowers swim move, dishes it down low, a shot kept out by Hill. Took the net with them. We're gonna get a whistle here though, as they're gonna call this a goal. And then wash it out.
They're going to take a look at it.
Successive motions.
But a great move starting by Sowers to find the backside. Sowers took all the attention and then pushed that pass to the backside. Let's take another look at it. Great swim move by Sowers. 2 defenders come. Looks like a little twister. Does it break the plane? A lot going on there.
We've got a call coming here on the floor from our crew chief, Kyle Krotman.
Due to conflicting calls between the lead official and the single side official, by rule, we're going to automatic review. The lead official has a good goal, the single side official has no goal.
As you take a look at this, Brian, as the goal is knocked off its moorings, the save is made, but it looks like the save is made inside the goal.
Yeah, that's I think kind of what they saw. Here's a look here. As Sowers dishes it off. And then Hill gets that left hand up into the corner. See where this goes as it comes back into your shot there. It's in his stick.
In his stick.
It's in his stick, but his stick is back over the line. Now, when that net moves like that, the plane of the goal is still considered to stay intact. So if the ball would have gone in if the net was there, they can still call it a good goal. The one thing I'm not sure is exactly where his stick was in relation to the magnet on the floor, which you can sort of see along the goal line. So we take another look here. Watch where that post should have been. So
You're seeing
normally I'd say I'd go with the call on the floor, which did they say that the good call was the no goal? Is that what they said? Because there were conflicting calls. So it's we have a conundrum here that they're going to try to unwrap. Our crew chief you see there is Kyle Krotman with Brett Colomb and Mike Melvin working alongside him, and our shot clock official tonight is Mark Heitz. Joe Rezaterit's waiting to see if he's going to get some credit for this one here, as we are taking a real close look at this very early on in this contest here today. Matt Schwartz, we understand, is stuck at the airport, so Mark Heitz is jumping in on shot clock duties with him. It's always fun here when they introduce the officials. Of course, the 3 guys on the floor get booed, but then the shot clock guy gets a huge cheer.
Right.
I don't know how long that's been going on. Maybe you do, but it's one of the quirks here. So Joe Rezaterit's again coming in. You got Mitch Jones right there to his right. The 2 leading scorers in the NLL. We're going to take a break while they look this over. We'll have a decision for you when we come back. Early goings here in Philadelphia, and Halifax at the moment leads 2-0.
Love is in the air. It's a Valentine's Day doubleheader as the Buffalo Bandits head to Toronto in a rematch with the Rock at 7 Eastern. Then at 9:30, it's a battle of the prairies as the Saskatchewan Rush have a date with the Calgary Roughnecks. There will be no love lost in these rivalry matchups. It's a special edition of NLL Friday Night on TSN.
This is your life without Eero. Oh, come on.
The Wi-Fi's out again!
This is the worst.
Not now.
And this is your life with Eero. Oh, come on.
Why would you do this to us?
This is the worst. We can't improve everything in your life, but we can improve your Wi-Fi. It's fast, reliable, and now available outside your home. Eero, the way Wi-Fi should be.
Welcome back to Wells Fargo Center, where we've had a lengthy video review here on a Joe Rezaterit's shot that was just inside the post, ended up in Warren Hill's stick. And we have a decision here from Kyle Krotman.
After review, there was deemed to be inconclusive evidence to overturn the call on the floor. Therefore, the lead official's call is confirmed. It's a good goal.
Okay, that was the part that I don't think I heard, is whose call stands. And that's why, because you can't tell where that stick is in relation to that post. So that's why it's inconclusive, and the call on the floor stands. It's a good goal.
Yep.
Wings will take it.
Yep. And the left-hand side, it looked like it was a goal. The right-hand side, that official saw it in his stick, but the stick was behind the plane of the goal. Good goal. We got a 2-1 ball game.
So Joe Rezaterit's picks up his first of the contest and adds to his league-leading points total. That's 18 goals on the year for him, and he is 1 point away from 60 on the season.
Yeah, he's just on fire. Between him and Mitch Jones, we did cover Holden Cotoni and Brennan O'Neill as the other guys, but Mitch Jones and Joe Rezaterix have just been, I mean, they are the top 2 leading scorers in the National Lacrosse League.
Halifax controlling the face-off once again, and it's Randy Stotts with the ball on the left side. He's going to go down into the corner with it and brings it out to Cody Jamieson, right side corner. Jamieson finds Stotts coming across, back to Jamieson. Jamieson tried to flip it down low. Nice play there, though, by Liam Patton to break that one up. And Patton's going to head up the floor. Tony Malcolm will take it from him. And the Wings will set up the offense. Michael Sowers is really starting to be the catalyst here off this left side, Scott.
Joe Rezaterix, Phil Caputo, and Mike Sowers trying to give the Wings a different look. He has got ankle-breaking speed. Really looking forward to seeing how he adjusts to this indoor game. Great scouting report on him so far.
Phil Caputo picked up that loose ball right as the shot clock was expiring, so the Thunderbirds will take over. Michael Sowers in the lineup here today because Sam LeClaire has been put on the injured list for this contest. Banged up a little bit last week against Rochester, as Isaiah Davis-Allen with good pressure there at center almost forced a turnover. Halifax able to recover, and there's a penalty coming up here off the ball against Philadelphia. Jamison's going to leave it off to the extra attacker as Warren Hill heads to the bench. Here's Jamieson up top, fires it off the arm of Damoud and into the end boards. Now picked up by Halifax with a fresh 30. Stotts, left side, swings it through looking for Robinson, missed him. The Wings will get the whistle and we'll get the call. And Halifax is going to head to the power play here for the first time tonight.
Philadelphia, number 26, minor penalty, illegal body check.
So it's Isaiah Davis-Allen headed to the box as he got a little bit too physical along the near side.
Puts Halifax on the power play. Head coach Ian Rubel of the Wings not very happy about that. Halifax at 54% on their power play.
Stotts put it behind the net. Now here's Dawson Theed. Back to Stotts. He'll fire. That one stopped by Damoud. The Wings get to the loose ball. They'll be able to bring it up the floor. Rochester was able to capitalize on the power play last week as part of its win here in Philadelphia. And Wings looking to button up that PK a little bit here. They'll kill some time on this one as there's 12 left on the shot clock. Michael Sowers along the near side.
Wings 50% on the penalty kill. Looks like we're going to have a penalty on the far side. Mitch Jones.
Another illegal body check here against Philadelphia, and it's going to be Mitch Jones going this time, and he doesn't agree with the call.
Philadelphia 24, 2 minutes illegal body check.
Rare penalty on Mitch Jones right there, a little too aggressive on a pick.
Jones actually, we're seeing it here in the building. He got shoved by a Halifax player into another Halifax player, and that's what the call was. Here's Jamieson as we have a 5-on-3 situation here now. 4-on-3, should say. Here's a shot that's blocked in front. It is 5-on-3, excuse me. They have, Halifax does a guy all the way back at center, and he just picked it off. That was Terafenko. Terafenko dropping it off for Theed. Now Stotts tried to dump it left side. This is Hogarth being worked over on the end boards by Liam Patton. 46 seconds left in the first half of this power play.
Tactically, what they want to do, they like the 4-on-3. They've got Terafenko up at that midfield line, seeing what they can do in a 4-on-3 situation, not to clog up the middle.
Shot stopped by Damoud. Loose ball whacked at. Now it's picked up by Theed. So yes, Halifax operating here 4-on-3 with a man at center, which is Terafenko, to guard against any sort of breakout. Now Stotts fires, another save made. Terafenko gets that loose ball. So this, what this really does effectively is prevents the Wings from taking over if the ball goes out towards center. Theed got it off for Stotts, and he fires it home with 4 seconds left on the initial penalty. Randy Stotts cashes in. It's a 3-1 Halifax lead, and they'll remain up a man for another 50 seconds.
Just a shooting gallery right there. Halifax had at least 3 or 4 different opportunities until number 83, Randy Stotts, buries one. Theed takes it. Jamison gets the loose ball behind, gets it up to number 83, Randy Stotts, who gets it blown away. Bounce shot. Beats Damu to that far pipe. Great shot by Stotts. That's his 11th goal in the season. He's only had 10 goals to go with 36 assists. He gets it 11th for his 47th point.
Jake Withers wins this face-off, and Halifax actually take that back. They whistle it dead and give it to Philadelphia on a violation. So good break here for the Wings. They'll get to kill a little bit of time. They're going to have to put a guy back toward Cody Jamison is still on the floor to the right of our shot here, but now he's going to head to the bench. The Wings will put all 4 guys down on the offensive end. The pass goes awry, and Philadelphia gets back to it. Rezateritz moving it ahead for Caputo. Wanted to shoot, couldn't. 7 on the shot clock as Caputo's double teamed. The Wings are going to kind of retreat here with the time winding down, and they'll get set to defend the final 18 seconds of this power play. Cody Jamison with this franchise for 14 years now as he brings it up the floor, dishes it off to Stotts. Stotts will give it up to Clark Peterson.
Number 88, the captain, orange stick, legend out of Syracuse.
Jones out of the box, back to full strength. Save made by Damoud, and a loose ball on the floor. It'll be a loose ball push. That's going to give it back to Halifax.
Number 51, Dawson Theed's been the main scorer right there. You see him with the ball on the power play. He's got 5 power play goals.
Stotts around to pick, dishes it off, back to Theed, puts it down low, looking for Jamison. That was blocked away though, and it's going to be swatted all the way back down into the Halifax end, and that's going to give the ball to Philadelphia. When we come back, timeout on the floor, just under 5 minutes left to go in this first quarter, and the Halifax Thunderbirds have an early 2-goal lead over the Philadelphia Wings. Welcome back to Philadelphia. Halifax with an early 3-1 lead over the Philadelphia Wings. NLL Plus is here and free. The league's new streaming service offers fans around the world access to live games, full game replays, highlights, and exclusive content. Sign up today at NLL.com/plus.
Look at the Wings coaches, Ian Rubel, Pat McCready. 2 great coaches for the Philadelphia Wings, trying to get their team going, down by 2 goals. Just under 5 left in the first quarter.
Got him in a pretty good spot. 5-3 here as the Wings hit the halfway point of the season today. They were 6-3 back in 2020, that season that never got finished. That's been their best 9-game start since rejoining the league. Here's Mitch Jones, one hand on the stick, trying to fling it out in front, couldn't, and long pass ahead. And here comes Halifax the other way, and it's Jake Withers putting it home in transition. Second transition goal here for Halifax, and they're up by 3 at 4-1.
On that initial shot, Jake Withers went downfield, kind of broke out early. Then with the save, it got sent right downfield. Here's the interception right in front. Jake Withers is already at the restraining line, and a little one-on-one with Damu and buries it low for Withers. That's his 2nd goal on the season. The face-off specialist and loose ball man. He's a guy that does all the dirty work, and he gets rewarded with a goal.
He'll dig out this face-off. Eventually we'll get it in possession with some help.
Withers leads the team with 69 loose balls. Just shows what he does, what he adds to the team, and he's 5 of 6 faceoffs so far on the day.
In the right side corner, this is Jason Knox with it. He's coming up high. Knox looking for a lane. He'll fire. Save made by Damoud. He gobbles up that rebound, throws it ahead. He's got Burton. Got it to Pace first. Now Burton with it. Fires it. And he missed it wide. He did get a piece of it, did Hill. Halifax to the loose ball, and they'll come back up the floor. So the Wings have to put that defense right back out there.
Very nice transition for Philadelphia. Great outlet by Damoud, but a better save by Warren Hill at the other end.
Oh, Theed with a spin move and a sneaky low one that Damoud was ready for. He lobs it ahead to Liam Patton. And Patton will dish it off to Tony Malcolm. Malcolm throwing it into the corner. He's going to stay out there as the Wings offense gets set. Reza Terrence now on the left side. Reza Terrence around a pick, dishes it off to Malcolm. He got leveled as Malcolm went toward the crease, and coming the other way with it now is Tarafenko.
The cyborg with the slide. Graham Hossack with the crease clearing hit.
Low shot stopped by Damoud. Wings coming right back the other way with it now. Here's Ryan Wagner as the two teams getting into a bit of a track meet here late in the first quarter. Here's Blaze Reardon. Over to Reza Terrence. Took it off the wall. Reza Terrence behind some traffic. Fired one that was tipped off of Mitch Jones's helmet and into the corner where it's picked up by Halifax. Again, more transition the other way, and they put it home. It's Armstrong. Halifax lengthening the floor here early, and they lead at 5-1.
Wow, Halifax is getting production out of the other guys, the guys that aren't known for scoring, and Colton Armstrong, number 44, is one of them. That's his 3rd goal on the season, taking advantage of some missteps by Philadelphia. Loose ball behind, get it up and out. Great pass. Armstrong just sitting on the crease, catch, release, beats Damoud. Nobody there to defend him. Great goal by Armstrong.
Scott, you got to wonder if this is something that Halifax identified here in preparing for this game, because they seem to have found a bit of a weakness here with 3 transition goals in the first quarter.
Right. Release your top defender early to get down the floor and try to set up a quick transition dunk in front. I think we've seen 3 goals like that so far.
Halifax looking to add to the lead. It's dished in for Hogarth. He got it knocked out of his stick. Peterson working it out for Jamison. Now Hogarth shoots low. That one kicked away by, it was actually wide as Damoud did not get a piece of that, so the shot clock will expire and Philadelphia will take over.
Good defense by Alex Pace, Mike McCannell, Sellers.
Jones sending it over to the right side, and this is Holden Katoni looking to create some space. Got it back over for Reza Terrence. He's got some room to work with. Fires and scores! Joe Reza Terrence taking what's given to him there, and he converts. Snaps the drought for the Wings and pulls them back within 3.
Nice little 2-man game right there with Mike Sowers and Joe Reza Terrence. Sowers really active with the picks. Defense has got to keep their eyes on him, create some space on the defense from Reza Terrence, who takes that great shot from outside. Look at the defender trying to go to Sowers, but it gives Reza Terrence room from outside to beat the goaltender low. Great goal by Reza Terrence. That's 2 on the night for him.
Sowers picked up his first NLL assist on the first Reza Terrence goal. We'll see if he picks up on this one. But that's another thing that he'll do with his speed and his footwork, is open up some space there on that side for Reza Terrence.
Draws a lot of attention. If you don't pick the pick man up, you're going to see Reza Terrence make that little dump pass to him for a high percentage shot.
Stott's getting worked over, dished it off for Peterson. That one went off at Damoud and into the netting, so a fresh 30 here for Halifax as we come up on a minute left in this first quarter. Stotts Shuffling in the left side. Dishes it off. Bo Hunter with a shot and a save made by Nick Damoud as he shuts the door on Bo Hunter's first touch of the game. Here is Sowers down the left side again, his first NLL action today. All-American out of Upper Dublin High School. Looked to put that one on net. It was blocked. Got to the loose ball, though. Dishes it off. Here's O'Neill going to the net. He got checked and couldn't get it cleanly on. And Halifax will move it up the floor.
You see the quickness of Sowers, but great defense by Halifax. O'Neill had a high percentage shot right there, but a good save by.
It's about a 4-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock here as Halifax takes it in, tipped away by Damoud. Wings get it back, and they're going to call timeout. So the Wings are going to have a 10-second opportunity here for a last play of the quarter. Ian Rubel looking on as the Wings are going to draw something up here. Tracy Kaluski's got the offense circled around him at the bench.
Going to put 4 more seconds on that clock. As Tracy Kaluski brings the offense in, Ian Rubel looking over. He's more the defensive coach for Philadelphia.
Mikey Kersey, of course, here with this Halifax team. He's been in charge of things here since the very beginning of this team coming over to the Maritimes.
He's now talking to the defense. What is he going to do to counter this Philadelphia rush with 14 seconds left?
So the Wings with an opportunity here to pull things back within a pair, as they'll have 14 seconds to work with. It has been a pretty crazy first quarter here, though, for Philadelphia, as they've been outshot 19-5 at this point. Wings are going to leave the net empty. They'll have 6 attackers on the floor, and it's going to be Sowers that brings it up. Sowers to Reardon, right side Caputo now. They get it back off for Resetera. It's back to Caputo with a shot and a save made by Hill. And the ball thrown down the floor. It bounces over the crossbar. Would have been late anyway. But a stop there for Halifax as the Wings got the look they wanted. Could not convert, though, and it's a 3-goal lead for the Thunderbirds here with 15 minutes gone at Wells Fargo Center. NLL Saturday Showcase for you here today between the Wings and the Thunderbirds on Marvel Nights. And some colorful uniforms on both sides. We'll have second quarter action for you when we come back.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center, where Halifax leads Philadelphia 5-2. And involved in those 2 goals has been Michael Sowers, who we've noted is making his NLL debut, but his lacrosse resume runs deep. Growing up in Philadelphia, as we noticed, he played his collegiate lacrosse at Princeton before using his last year of eligibility at Duke, where he was teammates with Brennan O'Neill. He is a 3-time All-Star in the PLL, and we caught up with him earlier today about his debut. He was smiling ear to ear, noting that he has over 70 friends and family in attendance. So looking to put on a good show, and so far, guys, his involvement's been great, involved in both those 2 goals. And Scott noted they're looking to balance out the floor and adding him to that left side to create some room.
And that's certainly what he's done so far today. It's been fantastic for Joe Rezzaterets over there.
That's for sure. What a great story. A homegrown kid, played youth lacrosse, Dresser, PA, Upper Dublin High School, one of the best players to come out of the Philadelphia area. Went on to Princeton, played club for Mesa on the main line, coached by former Wings alumni, and now recognized as one of the top players in the world. His debut indoor, we'll see how he adjusts to the game, but already what they're talking about with him, the coaching staff loves his speed, his skill and ability, so we'll see how he does if he can put the ball in the net as well.
Tarafenko fires one wide. Wings trying to get to this at center, and they will. Yeah, I hadn't met him yet when I got in the building today. I walked out on the floor. There was a guy there that I didn't recognize. Didn't have a number on or anything, but I took one look at his moves. I was like, yeah, that's him. He's got a special set of skills, and the Wings certainly hope that it can translate well to the box game, at least as well as it did in the outdoor game when he set all the new records at Princeton in college, and then played 1 year at Duke with Brennan O'Neill, as you heard Mary mention, so they have some familiarity there.
Yep, I mean, these are the best lacrosse players in the world that are on this floor today. There's the pro indoor box game, which you're watching today. Then there's the field game. In the field game, #1 overall draft pick was Brennan O'Neill. #2 was Mike Sowers. Now they're on the same team playing for the Philadelphia Wings in the National Lacrosse League.
Wings get a stop here as a nice save by Damoud results in a loose ball, and now Mitch Jones on the right side of the floor. Jones coming up high, dishes it off left side to Rezzaterets. He tried to hit Catoni but missed. Jones rolls away from a check, loses the ball. He'll get it back with 8 to shoot. Here is Sowers. Sowers headed to the net. Sowers dunks it down. Save made by Hill. He kept it out, and the loose ball into the corner is picked up by Halifax.
Graham Hosek, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, matching up with Sowers. Great compliment to Sowers to get the attention of one of the best defenders in the world.
Here comes Halifax looking to add to this lead. It's Peterson, double teamed, tried to dish one off, that was missed. And now the Wings have a chance the other way as Anthony Jokum kind of kicks it down the floor. He'll get to it, but he'll wait for the offense to come out as the Halifax defense had recovered. Now Jones dikes it right side, score! It's Phil Caputo coming across the crease. And Caputo pulls the Wings within 2.
Defense leads to offense for the Philadelphia Wings. Starting with Anthony Jokum, although he didn't get that ground ball clean, he created the play that led to a goal. Phil Caputo with a great pickup in front. Let's see it from beginning to end. Great defense here, swarming D. Here comes Jokum, picks up the loose ball, eventually gets it, gives it to the offensive players on the front side. Caputo's gonna set up right in front, and you know who finds him? Joe Rez, and Caputo jams it in the net from right in front. Great goal. 12th on the season to go with 7 assists. That's his 19th point. Great effort by Phil Caputo.
Caputo in his 9th season came here in the Panther City dispersal draft with a bunch of his teammates and his head coach. And they have certainly remade the Wings roster this season. Here is Peterson shuffling on the right side. He's looking, behind the back to Randy Stotts, but a foul away from the ball gives it to Philadelphia. This is Tony Malcolm off for Liam Patton. Malcolm stays out. Patton will head to the bench as Holden Catoni has it. Catoni to Sowers out the front door. Sowers fires wide of the net. Long rebound comes out to Jones, dishes it off for Catoni. Delayed penalty coming up here on Halifax, and they're going to get the possession, which will bring the whistle.
2 Halifax Thunderbirds trying to give Sowers a little welcome to the NLL rookie. He just breaks ankles on this dodge, and then two men slide and just take him down. Look at the two Halifax Thunderbirds, and then laying on him, giving him the business. He's going to the box.
Both officials saw that, and they were discussing it, I believe, briefly, but now they've got Carter McKenzie in the box.
That's a big body, McKenzie, 6'4", 220.
The call on the floor is a major penalty. That plays subject to automatic review.
And that's why they were discussing it, to see what exactly they saw. And you saw there on the replay we showed, it was a pretty big hit.
Could be intentional. I mean, guys trying to send a message to Mike Sowers. He's coming in with an incredible resume. Take a look at it. He breaks ankles and then takes the shot. Two players coming at him with the slide, and then another guy jumps on him, giving him the business.
I'm wondering a little bit about the timing, too. I mean, that's a little bit of a late shot. The guy on top of him is not the one in the box. The guy that delivered the hit on the left side, that was McKenzie.
Both of those guys, I mean, defense by committee. Johnny Pearson, number 15, 6'4", 220. Carter McKenzie, 6'4", 220. Two huge bodies just taking out the 5'10", 180-pounder Sowers.
McKenzie's playing in just his second game of the season. First year with Halifax this year. But that's the one thing about Sowers that folks wanted to see how it translated. What was just his size. You know, he's a smaller player for the box game, but he's quick. A little water bug out there.
It's not the kind of stuff that you see regularly, though. That's intentional. Trying to take him out. Two big bodies trying to take out the rookie.
Last listing we had for Sowers at Duke was 5'9", 165. That's a few years ago. As you see there, that's what they're looking at. Sowers finished up his college career back in 2021 and has played outdoor for the last few seasons. His rights were with Albany, and the Wings were able to acquire those because Sowers lives here in the area. Wanted to give the game a shot, but didn't want to be traveling all the time, so that benefited the Wings. We're going to get a final call here now from our crew chief, Kyle Kropman.
After review, the call on the floor has been reduced to a minor penalty, 2 minutes illegal body check.
So the Wings will go on the power play, but it's ruled a minor.
Okay, even though they're going high, they're only going to serve 2 minutes.
But the Wings are going to get a full power play here for the first time in in 5 quarters. They did not get a full power play last week against Rochester. They only had one opportunity. It was an abbreviated power play for about 1 minute 20 seconds, and the Wings didn't even get possession until the final 20 seconds of that power play. So this has been the strongest part of their game this year.
Yeah, you see the stats right there. Philly #1 in the league on their power play. Tremendous efficiency, but not this series.
Bit of a self-inflicted error there as the pass missed Mitch Jones. It was just out of his reach, so Jake Withers has it now 1-on-4, trying to get around Mitch Jones. And he's just going to roll off now and eat up some clock. 18 to shoot here for Halifax. Withers given the business by Alex Pace. Again, Withers just happy to burn some time here. Now he'll finally hand it off to Hogarth. Hogarth fires one in on net that Damoud's able to gobble up, and the Wings will get it back with 1:11 left on this man advantage. Yeah, it's really rare when you have a power play that's been successful more times than it hasn't. But the Wings all the way at 68%. As a cross pass for Catoni was knocked away. Halifax again will eat some clock here. They'll be able to get this down as far as about 20 seconds left. Wings have 4 guys on the defensive end here, and they've left Holden Catoni back out on the offensive side. Now he'll go to the bench, and the Wings will get all 5 out.
Wings penalty kill has been 50%, 17 of 34.
Randy Stotts with a bit of a surprise shot there as the clock wound down. Stopped though by Damoud, and One final opportunity here on this man advantage for Philadelphia with 20 seconds left on the power play. Catoni will dish it off.
Tony's been the assist man for the power play, 10 helpers.
Gets the pass back, now he fires wide, and the long rebound is picked up by Tarafenko for Halifax, so they kill off the first Wings power play. Not something that a lot of teams have been able to do here against Philadelphia this year, but the first full man advantage is all set now, and here's Clark Peterson looking to add to the lead. Peterson gets the pass off for Theed. It's wide, and the rebound comes back to Peterson. 6 to shoot as he gets it off to Hogarth. Hogarth fired it wide. Now back out for Theed. Oh, right at the buzzer of the shot clock. He dished one in on Damu that he kicked free, and then Theed got the rebound back. So a great effort here by Halifax to get a new shot clock. Theed almost broke out of jail there in the corner, but the Wings finally able to subdue him.
Theed, a big body going to the goal right there, going through two Wings defenders, 6'4", 250. Great save by Damu at the other end. Warren Hill answers.
Tony Malcolm shoved to the floor as he tried to get that shot off, and it'll be Halifax possession when we come back with just under 9 left in this second quarter, and Halifax with a 5-3 lead.
We're here to sweat the details, to test and retest. Because when you're known for speed and reliability inside, you need to deliver speed and reliability outside, in all kinds of weather, all year round. Because if it can handle all of this, it can definitely handle this. Introducing Eero Outdoor 7. Eero, the way Wi-Fi should be.
Welcome back to Wells Fargo Center Marvel Night, and the Wings acknowledging their heritage here this evening as the Marvel jerseys tracing back to the indigenous roots of Jeffrey Vareggi, an award-winning Native American artist, and a lot of other great things going on here tonight at Wells Fargo Center, where the Halifax Thunderbirds have the 5-3 lead. Love is in the air. It's a Valentine's Day doubleheader as the Buffalo Bandits head to Toronto in a rematch with the Rock at 7 Eastern. Then at 9:30, it's a Battle of the Prairies as the Saskatchewan Rush have a date with the Calgary Roughnecks. No love lost in these rivalry matchups. Coming up next Friday night, don't miss a special edition of NLL Friday Night on TSN. That performance you saw there was from the Native Nations Dance Theater and She, and part of the festivities here today at Wells Fargo Center. Halifax working this around as it comes back down in front, and that was Knox going to the net. He got knocked down as he tried to shoot, and it's Philadelphia in transition. Reza Terrence on the left side. He'll give it off to Michael Sowers. Back to Reza Terrence, and now here is Mitch Jones. Jones backing away from pressure, finds a lane, fires and scores! Mitch Jones finds some space, and it's 2 in a row here for the Wings. They're back within 1.
Great individual effort by Mitch Jones. Always searching, looking for the pass first. Tarafenko comes out on him very aggressively, and Jones just baits him. Let's take a look at it. Here comes Tarafenko just chopping at him, but Mitch Jones steps around him, has that great shot, left-handed shot, and buries it in the back of the net. Overcommitting by the defense. Mitch Jones makes him pay.
So Mitch Jones cutting the lead to 1 now. As Halifax has the 5-4 advantage, they'll take possession off the draw. Let's go downstairs to our Mary McGinnis.
During that timeout, Tracy Kaluski told the offense that they need to be more deliberate, whether that's with their picks or passes. They need to be committed to the decision making, and worked out there for Mitch Jones.
And good point as well. I mean, the stat sheet we're looking at, I'm seeing 25 shots by Halifax to 12, now 13 for the Philadelphia Wings. The Wings have to start taking more shots. More shots lead to more opportunities, lead to more goals.
And the last 2 Wings goals have come on opportunities there, Scott, too, where the offense has been able to find some space. And it's important that they keep doing that and then take advantage of it. Reza Terrence works off a pick from Caputo, now back off to Brennan O'Neill. O'Neill back to Jones, he'll fire, save made. Oh, it came right past the stick of Reza Terrence. We've got a penalty here on the floor as there's a pile of bodies. That's Phil Caputo, and he is tangled up with a Thunderbird. That's Johnny Pearson. They're both headed toward the penalty box.
And Caputo's a big body, 6'3", 200 pounds. He's not taking any of that in front. You're gonna dish it out, you better be ready to take it.
Penalties on the play. Halifax has 2 minutes holding. Philadelphia has 2 minutes roughing. These are both going to go on the board. We're going to play 4-on-4. Philadelphia took the second penalty. It'll be Halifax ball.
So there you have the explanation. We'll get a look here at what happened. Look at there at the top of your middle of your screen as you see Caputo and Pearson kind of going at it.
One thing that Coach Ian Rubel loves and GM Paul Day loves about Phil Caputo, brings a toughness to the offense. You just see it right there. Caputo's on offense in that situation, banging in the middle, dishing it out.
So we play 4-on-4 for 2 minutes as the first shot goes wide. Sellers defending the corner there, but it's picked up by Theed, and he'll get it off to Stotts, moves it around to Peterson. Left side, Peterson coming up high. Back to Theed. Patton is there for Philadelphia, one-handed out up high for Jamison. Now back to Theed. Theed double team, goes to the top of the crease, and he lands in it. That's going to draw a whistle. Good defensive stop by Philadelphia, and some pleasantries exchanged between Theed and Patton there.
Great defense by both Patton and Sellers, double teaming Theed, preventing that goal, gets the turnover.
Here's Mitch Jones on the right side. Jones coming up top. Now to Sowers. Michael Sowers looking for his first NLL goal. Rolls off the defender, now drops it out to Jones. Jones one-handed to Reardon, a shot wide. Long rebound, batted at, it's loose on the floor, and now Halifax picks it up. Tarafenko in transition the other way, but the Wings get the defense out. It's a bit of a long switch here in the second quarter for both teams. Wings seem to have, I don't know if you say solved, but they haven't given up any more transition goals here in this quarter. Actually, haven't given up any at all. As here is Wagner moving the ball ahead. Another defensive stop for Philadelphia, but 3 transition goals in the early going for Halifax helped build this lead. Malcolm works it into the corner for Reza Terrence. He'll give it back to Sowers out the door. Holden Catoni tried to fling it to Malcolm, missed him, and we've got a whistle and a ball going the other way for Halifax. Now here's Armstrong quickly. Colton Armstrong lost his bearings on where that ball was, but he does get it back. As Mike McCannell came out there to challenge, but Armstrong will hand it off. 4-on-4 for another 3 seconds, so released from the box is Caputo. Caputo goes the other way down the floor looking for a long pass. He's down there by himself right now, and Halifax hasn't realized it. Here's a shot, the whistle's wide. Long rebound is going to come up the near wall. Caputo will get to it. He won't really have the advantage that he'd hoped he'd had. Now Jones off the bench. That one was fired wide. Loose ball, battled for on the floor. Jones was in there, but Peterson's going to come out with it.
Wings coaching staff trying to give Halifax a little of their own medicine, sending someone down to the offensive end to see if they can capitalize on an errant shot and a fast break.
Under 5 to go here in this second quarter, which has been all Philadelphia. They've kept Halifax off the board to this point. Now here's Reza Terrence looking to tie it. Got it off to O'Neill. His shot was blocked in front. And Halifax will take over. Brian Smith, Scott Gabrielson, Mary McGinnis, and our entire crew. Happy to have you along with us here at Wells Fargo Center for the NLL Saturday Showcase. Hogarth working it to the right side for Dawson Theed. Theed coming up top, fires one off the post. It's loose, and it'll come back to Hogarth up high.
Nice loose ball by Hogarth, fresh 30 for the Halifax offense.
Here's Theed on the right side. Theed looking for a lane, doesn't find it. Off for Hogarth. Now Stotts. Stotts shoved by Burton. Quick stick shot was wide of the net. Comes back to Hogarth with 7 to shoot. Puts it low and scores! Thomas Hogarth finds a space there through the legs of Nick Damude. And Halifax is back out to the 2-goal lead.
Halifax ball movement, shots, couple opportunities, resetting the shot clock, making the Wings pay from outside, getting their own rebound, new 30, and then a great shot from outside by Thomas Hogarth. Ball gets around, new 30, just takes that shot from outside. Damude had not set up yet. He still was looking to see where that ball was. Really standing tall in the net. Couldn't get his stick down to that 5-hole save, but Thomas Hogarth buries it low for a great goal, 14 on the season, 26 total points.
Hogarth in his first season with Halifax, 8th in the league. He's on his 5th club. Here's Messenger coming in. Messenger fires one off the post. Almost dented it there, did Evan Messenger, looking his first as a wing. Halifax getting set up here as Robinson takes it and puts it over to the right side for Cody Jamieson. Jamieson, the veteran, challenged by pace. It's worked back around to Hogarth, the hot hand at the moment. Hogarth up high, Robinson faked the shot, now puts it low and scores! Robinson with his second, turning the momentum Halifax's way, and they lengthen the lead again.
Mike Robinson with a great move, fakes the defender, freezes him, and then finishes from outside. Huge pipe on the other end, that's the difference right there. Messenger with an incredible shot, looking to sting a corner, but no, hits it right off the pipe. Goes the other way, now take a look at it. This little freeze play face dodge by Robinson, pulls it across, splits 2 defenders, takes the shot, goal. He's got 2 on the night. That's his 20th point on the season. 10 goals, 10 helpers.
Robinson took a hit to make a play there on that goal, and Wings had crawled within 1. Now Halifax back up by 3 at 7-4. Here's Withers looking for more. He's bumped into and he lost the ball. Halifax retaining possession here with 15 to shoot as Hogarth now is going to start it on the left side. Hogarth swims around Wagner, pulls it back, puts it to Jamieson. Jamieson out in front for Stotts. He got shoved as he tried to get that shot away. And he lands in the crease. It's going to be the Wings ball when we come back here with 2:34 left to go in this second quarter. Philadelphia Wings trying to chip into this lead here in the league going.
Let's see those superpowers. First up, the super strength, yeah.
Welcome back to Wells Fargo Center. Wingston enjoying his Marvel Comics jersey today as the Thunderbirds lead the Wings 7-4. The NLL is now on the ESPN app. Download the app or visit ESPN.com for the latest news, schedule, and scores. Well, a 7-4 lead here for Halifax, Scott, but the shots are the bigger story, it feels like, in this game, as Halifax is enjoying a 31-17 shot on goal advantage at this point in the contest.
Yeah, really surprised. So unbalanced there for Philadelphia. They've got to start taking their shots.
It has been a little bit of an issue this year for the Wings. They do allow the most shots per game in the league. The total shots, which is shots on goal and shots off goal, is 81, which is a different stat than the one we just mentioned, but still, that means there's a lot of balls headed toward the net here for Philadelphia this year. Here is O'Neill working with it. O'Neill dishes it off for Jones. Left side, Rezataritz, cross floor pass for O'Neill, bouncing off traffic, fired one high. Caputo put it one low as the shot clock expired. It goes up into the netting.
As you look at O'Neill take that shot, I'd like to see more shots out of him. He's a big body that needs to start to get some shots released from inside, take a chance. On the other end, you've got Tyson Dawson Thied, 6'4", 250. He's a big body that's just making his presence known for Halifax.
Here's Hogarth with a shot and a save made by Nick Damoud. Ahead to Isaiah Davis-Allen, and he'll wait for the offense to come out.
Attaboy, Nicky!
So Sowers off the bench to join the offense on this rush. Comes to the right side for Mitch Jones. Jones swim move to the net, and he's denied. Stepped in the crease on the way in, though, and that'll give it back to Halifax.
One of his trademark moves, right to left across the crease. Warren Hill was there with the save.
Coming up on the final minute here of the second quarter as Robinson is denied, looking for the hat trick. Wings will get to the loose ball and move it ahead. It's McCannell now on the right side of the floor. McCannell to Catoni out the door. Caputo now to Rezataritz. And Rezataritz will give it to Sowers. Wings will set things up. Rezataritz creeping toward the middle. A push away from the ball. We'll give it back to Halifax. They're trying for another transition attempt here as Dawson Thied caught that pass, even though it was deflected. He fired it wide. Comes back to Terefenko up high. Terefenko tried to dish it off to Withers, and it's picked up by Messenger.
Fortunate bounce for Halifax.
There was a little chicanery going on there a moment ago, Scott, because there was a loose stick on the floor and Dawson Thied was trying to make it look like it was his, even though he was hiding it behind his back. Here come the Wings, maybe a final possession. Shot clock and game clock are about the same. 11 left in the game clock. Reardon will work it around for Catoni. And now here is Jones. Jones for Rezataritz. Right side, Sowers looking for one. Fired it wide, and the horn sounds to end the first half here in Philadelphia. Back and forth affair here as the Wings tried to grab momentum there in the second quarter. Had it for a good bit, but Halifax able to respond, and
great opportunity for Philadelphia right there.
7-4.
Right, Sowers right on the crease. The play got set up perfectly. Sowers just couldn't finish with the dive across the crease.
Let's go downstairs on the floor where our Mary McGinnis has the University of Delaware star with him, Mike Robinson.
Yes, Mike, 2 goals for you, and you guys were able to take control here late in the second quarter. How were you able to do that?
Yeah, I think just sticking to kind of our game plan. We know our identity. Again, they got a great team, so we know they got a lot coming in the second half. Just got to keep going, keep doing our thing.
A big half for you to get back into the playoff picture. What do you need to do to come away with a win?
Yeah, again, just stick to what our plan was. Like I said, they're going to come hard in the second half. We just got to match and exceed their intensity. Warren and our defense are playing great, keeping us in it. Wiz doing a great job of the face-off. We just got to keep chipping away on the offensive end. I think we'll be okay.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Halifax started this season 0-3. They've won 3 of their last 4 since and are trying to continue the climb up the ladder. Wings trying to avoid a second consecutive loss for the first time this year. We'll have more at halftime coming up in a moment.
Love is in the air. It's a Valentine's Day doubleheader as the Buffalo Bandits head to Toronto in a rematch with the Rock at 7 Eastern. Then at 9:30, it's a battle of the prairies as the Saskatchewan Rush have a date with the Calgary Roughnecks. There will be no love lost in these rivalry matchups. It's a special edition of NLL Friday Night on TSN.
Welcome back to Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, where it's halftime. Welcome back to Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, where it's halftime between the Thunderbirds and the Wings. Last week delivered 7 epic games across the NLL, including a major showdown between Calgary and Ottawa. Our NLL Wired crew was in the building to catch everything said by the Roughnecks' Jesse King and the Black Bears' Cam Dunkerley. Check it out.
Hey, thank you, sir. Let's go, Clyde. Have some fun, okay?
All right. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, 1. Yeah, 2. Hey. Stay up. 3.
I feel like we're just playing a lot of shifts. I'm hitting you, right? I'm not going right to Toey. I'm going to you first. Double down, double up.
Not enough room in the store here. Speed here. Come on, Laffy. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're 5. Yep. Good run, Marnes. Good job.
Easy game. Good job. Easy game, Tyler.
Good job, fellas. Good job. There you go. Right there. Good start.
You're trying to give it to me and the stripes is there. You see that? I know. That's why I had to shoot. I know. Is it this guy? No, it's Paxton. That's your buddy, too.
Get here. Go. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, go. Yeah, 2. Yeah, 3, 4. There you go.
I'm dragging, and then Cookie's coming to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah. It's in the back of my neck, man. It was in the back of my neck. I can feel it on my neck. So it was obviously in the back of the neck.
Back. Yeah.
I'm not leaving him. Hey! Get over here! Go over there! Just talk. I'm low. No. Who are you?
Hey, attaboy, Higgy. Keep it up. Come on. Have a good time.
Oh, I almost knocked it out.
I'm getting antsy in here. Getting real antsy. 1. Yeah, 2. Yeah, 3. Yeah, 4. Yep. Let's go. Finish this thing off, Higgy. Come on.
Welcome back here to Wells Fargo Center and the NLL Saturday Showcase as the Halifax Thunderbirds have a 7-4 lead on the Philadelphia Wings here at halftime. Brian Smith, Scott Gabrielson here with you at Wells Fargo Center. Glad to have you along with us. And Scott, like any other NLL game, it seems these days it's a game of runs. Halifax took control there for a bit. Wings came back. Halifax has the momentum here at halftime.
They do. They have the momentum. They're out shooting the Wings almost double. The face-offs have been incredible. It's kind of a make-or-take situation for Halifax. The Wings have to tighten that up. Ian Rubel is going to be talking to his team in the locker room to see how things change in the second half.
University of Delaware product Mike Robinson has a bit of a homecoming here today. He's had 2 in the first half.
Yes, he has. He's been delivering. Great outside shot on the run here for Robinson. His 4th, right? Then again, he gets his 2nd. He's dialed in. Nice base dodge and a goal. He's got 2 on the night. For Philadelphia, the goal scorer is Joe Rezateras, but Mike Sowers makes something happen. Look at that little dazzled shot, dumps it over to Rezateras for a goal, and then what Joe Rez does best is just fires from outside the sharpshooter, and then Mitch Jones delivers another goal for Philadelphia. You see him sweep right by, picking a corner. For Halifax, it's the other guys, Hasek, Withers, and Hogarth. The guys that don't normally score are making the difference to make this game 7-4. Again, we talked about it. Look at that, Brian. People have 33 shots to 18, 10 face-offs to 3. Halifax is just dominating those 2 categories. And then look at the grinder plays, the loose balls, 46-22. Halifax is just out hustling Philadelphia right now to have that 7-4 lead. 3 of those goals go to other guys.
Kind of expected the face-off situation with Jake Withers, but the rest of it, Ian Rubel and his squad will look to tighten up here in the second half. It's just ahead here on the NLL Saturday Showcase from the city of brotherly love. It's the Halifax Thunderbirds and the Philadelphia Wings third quarter action coming up.
Love is in the air. It's a Valentine's Day doubleheader as the Buffalo Bandits head to Toronto in a rematch with the Rock at 7 Eastern. Then at 9:30, it's a battle of the prairies as the Saskatchewan Rush have a date with the Calgary Roughnecks. There will be no love lost in these rivalry matchups. It's a special edition of NLL Friday Night on TSN.
Time for the second half here at Wells Fargo Center as the Halifax Thunderbirds have a 7-4 lead over the Philadelphia Wings through 30 minutes here this afternoon. This Wings offense has been pretty powerful this year, Scott, but Halifax able to hold them to just 4 goals in the first half.
Yeah, they've been a high-powered offense. There's your stats. Second in the NLL, over 14 goals per game. They are well off their average right now. Season low, 4 points in the 4 goals in the first half. And here's Halifax and Withers winning another face-off to start off this second half.
Halifax trying to get set up quickly here, but they'll roll off and Withers will leave the floor. In addition to the Wings having such a potent offense, Halifax has given up 18 or more 3 times so far this season. So that, for me, makes it even bigger accomplishment, Scott. There's just the 4 in the first half. The Wings looking to get things going here as a shot whistled wide of the net. It's going to come over the center line, which will give the ball back to Philadelphia down in the corner.
And Halifax has been averaging 12.85 goals per game, so they're well ahead of their average so far.
Here's Reza Terrets coming up high. He'll get it off to O'Neill, and O'Neill dishes it to Catoni, who spins away from a man. Reza Terrets will get the ball off the wall. The Wings will get this offense set back up. Catoni in the corner. Penalty coming up here to Halifax. Over the top, a shot stopped by Warren Hill. Loose ball, put back in, they score! It's Holden Catoni on the second effort. And the Wings start things off with a tally here to make it 7-5.
Well, the Wings probably had some very heated conversations in the locker room for their players. Tracy Kaluski trying to get their offense going. I like the shot from O'Neill. O'Neill's shot creates offense. Here's the big lefty coming across, gets the shot, but Hill makes the save, but Catoni's there with the opportunistic goal in front, jams it home. Little chaos in between, but Catoni's there, the veteran, to scoop up that loose ball and put it in the back of the net. Good start for Philadelphia early in this third quarter. Brings it within 2.
There had been a delayed penalty indicated, but never got to that point because the Wings get the goal with the extra attacker out, so that'll wash that out, and Wings will get the ball back here as Jake Withers won the faceoff, but he got double teamed and ended up losing control of it right down to Nick Damoud.
His statistics are off a little bit this year, but he's recognized as one of the best faceoff men in the world, and he is proving that tonight in a dominant way against Philadelphia.
Here is Sowers. Dished it off for Reardon and now to Jones. He got cross-checked right in the back, and that's going to be a penalty. Catoni picks it up and fires it in on Hill, who will gobble it up. And Philadelphia is going to get this power play opportunity here in the early goings of the third.
Colton Armstrong, number 44, a little too aggressive on Mitch Jones. You can do a lot, but you can't do that.
Or minor penalty, checking from behind.
We'll get a look at it here as Jones working in the corner. He had to go get this ball off his stick, and there's the infraction.
For those watching at home, you can do a lot of things. There's probably a lot of people thinking what's a penalty and what isn't, but that's a blatant penalty. You cannot push an opponent from behind right in the numbers.
Reza Terrets put it low. He didn't get everything on that shot, and Hill's able to turn it aside. It'll come up the floor, and Graham Hossack now will eat up some time. Hossack with his first goal of the season in the first half.
I mentioned at halftime, I mean, those are big difference makers. When you have a guy that's not usually scoring, add goals, and Halifax has 3 of them so far today. That's really made the difference with Hossack, Withers, and Hogarth all getting goals.
Minute 14 left in the power play here as the Wings will take over down in the far corner of the Halifax zone. Get a good opportunity here with the long rebound that ended up down there to get the offense out at the start of this possession. Here's Reziteritz up high, behind the back, missed Jones, but he got it back. Now down low, here's Reardon, he scores! Plays Reardon, a power play goal as he goes to the floor, and the Wings back within one at 7-6.
Philadelphia Wings, man up, power plays, clicking once again, great ball movement. Goal delivered by the captain, number 10, Blaze Reardon. Let's take a look at it, ball move. What a little behind the back pass, errant, but Jones finds Reardon in front, sweeping left-handed goal, buries it low for Reardon. Little chaos in front, Jones finds Reardon on that left-hand side, takes that shot all in one motion, great goal by Blaze Reardon, his 13th on the season.
And for Holden Katoni, he hits 300 with that assist. And the Wings back within one, but Terefenko takes care of that quickly. Huge goal for Halifax here, as every time the Wings have crawled back in so far, they pulled away again. And right off the face-off, Terefenko makes it 8-6.
One of those do-it-all guys, Ryan Terefenko, the straw that stirs the drink, right off a face-off win. The wingman comes in, gets the pass back from Withers, and buries it low. That's his 7th on the season. Known for doing the dirty work, another guy that just gets a goal, a gritty goal, but it's Withers that wins the face-off, finds number 34, Ryan Terefenko, streaming down the floor with the shot and goal. Puts Halifax back up by 2.
And Halifax will get another possession here off another face-off win. Here is Jamieson to Theed, and they'll work it around the floor. Robinson up high, tried to dunk it down in front for Stotts. That missed him and went in on Daymud. Whistle will give the ball back to Philadelphia. And now Theed's going to get in a little bit too early here. Philadelphia hadn't really even picked up the ball yet. It's Connor Sellers down there dealing with that. Now he'll move it up the floor, and Philadelphia looking to get some momentum back. Oh, what a shot! They score!
Brennan O'Neill!
Oh my goodness, O'Neill tiptoeing around the crease and just rolls it over the line. That's Mitch Jones on the goal, I think.
I think you're going to see Micah Kersey whip that red flag in a challenge. Let's take a look at it. Right to left, underneath. One-handed backhand shot, then lands flat on his back. What a goal by Brennan O'Neill. Big body again, you're seeing it. Oh, he might be right on that crease. But what a great individual effort by O'Neill, fired up after the goal.
And we are going to get the challenge here as Kyle Kropman heads over.
Halifax is challenging the ruling on the field of a good goal. The play's under further review.
And you saw it there on our first replay, how close Brennan O'Neill was to that crease line. We'll take a look here and zoom in on what we're checking on. It's this next step right there. Oh, I see some green, Scott.
I see some green. That could be an easy one. White sneaks on a white crease. Let's see where he goes. And boys, he fired up after that goal. I mean, what a great effort. Unfortunately, we can't tell from the overhand vantage point, but look at that effort. Lands flat on his back with the goal. He's a big lefty, takes the left, gets it to his right hand, couldn't get it back to his left, so takes his right hand and just flips it behind. Uses that wing, that left-handed wing, to push off the defender, leaps, and then just flips it behind for the goal. Referee pretty emphatic that that's a goal. So is Brennan O'Neill.
Important to note that the call on the field was a goal, as O'Neill might have a highlight reel goal here. We might just keep it in the highlight reel, even if it doesn't count.
There's your head coach, Mike Kersey, right there. Threw the challenge flag. Waiting to see if there's conclusive evidence that it can be overturned.
They're seeing the overhead view here in the building, which you see over the shoulder there of Kyle Kropman, but it is out of that purvey there. That is zoomed in a little bit too far to see that crease. So now they're getting that same look that we saw, which we thought we saw a little bit of green in between that line and that white sneaker.
This is the vantage point. This is the one to look at. Right foot step.
Boom.
Looks like there's green in between there.
It is that close, but what an effort by Brennan O'Neill to get around that defender and then just where he placed it. I mean, one hand on the stick, just rolling it right on over the line for the
That's an
rookie
A.J.
sensation.
Brown catch on the sideline. Let's see if it's good.
Kyle Kropman's been busy today. We'll get our word here.
The ball is in the goal before the shooter touches down in the crease. Therefore, the call in the field is confirmed. It's a good goal. Due to the unsuccessful challenge, Halifax is charged with a second half timeout.
So, a couple of interesting developments there. One, the goal is good, but it's an unsuccessful challenge, Scott. So the Thunderbirds lose their second half timeout, which is something to keep in mind here as we move toward the end of these quarters. Worth the challenge there, though, for Mike Kersey, as he thought he'd seen something.
And that's a good goal that can be one of the highlight reel goals of the season right there, delivered by Brennan O'Neill. Wow.
Here is Robinson up high. Fires, save made by Damoud, and he goes sprawling to the floor as that one goes into the corner where Halifax gets it back. Here's Knox with a chance. He's stopped by Damoud. And the Wings get to that loose ball. It's Malcolm coming up the floor.
Big save by Damoud. Tony Malcolm taking the defender. Offensive player right in front of Damoud, but he makes the save.
Joe Reziteritz tried to dish it down low for Caputo, but he was knocked to the floor. Here's Terafenko bringing it up the floor for Halifax. First of a home-and-home set between these two clubs. They're going to square off again next week in Halifax, which will be Marvel night for the Thunderbirds. They'll be wearing these jerseys again for that contest. The shot bounces off the floor up into the netting, but somebody nicked that on the way through. Either the defender or Damoud got a piece of that, so it goes back to the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, really important game for both teams. The Wings can get some separation. Halifax at 3-4, trying to really fight for their lives to stay alive. They don't want to go to 3-5. They'd like to get to 500 at 4-4. A win today would be really important for them.
Theed was blocked off the shot attempt, and it comes down to Connor Sellers, who picks it up. Good stop there for Philadelphia. Left side, it's Isaiah Davis-Allen with it. And he will hand it off. Right side it goes. Dish down low. Here's Sowers with the goal! The first NLL goal for Michael Sowers. And the Wings have tied it at 8.
Welcome to Philadelphia, Mike Sowers. Beautiful goal right there. He delivers.
Seemed like it was just a matter of time before he broke through and found one, and this is a pretty one.
Let's take a look at it. A little feed from Jones, other far side, in the air, fake slow, finishes high. What an athletic goal by number 22, Sowers. Be in the air, fake low, finish high. Whoa, what a goal. Welcome to Philadelphia, Mike Sowers.
Perhaps one of his 70-plus fans there with the Water Dog Sowers jersey, as Michael Sowers records his first one inside.
Well done. Of course, it wouldn't be just an outside shot. It would have to be some flair for the dramatic, with a diving goal for Mike Sowers, the rookie, number 22. The new 22 for the Philadelphia Wings, formerly worn by the greatest of all time, Gary Gait. Now Sowers is sporting it.
Here's a stop for the Wings defense as Tony Malcolm got to a loose ball. And he's coming up the floor quickly. Malcolm shoots, and it went just wide. Long rebound picked up by Catoni. He's bumped into by 3 Thunderbirds, one of which looked like caught him up high, as Catoni was looking for a call, but it comes the other way here for Halifax. Peterson will hand it off to Dawson Theed. Here is Theed. It out to Robinson. And they'll work it around to that left side. Here's a shot in on net, stopped by Damoud. And the loose ball picked up by Alex Pace, so he spins away from pressure. Here's Pace coming up the floor. Davis Allen off the bench. They shoot off the end boards. It hits the back of the net. That was Mitch Jones with the bid that went just wide.
Great play by Alex Pace. Loose ball pushing up the floor, just wide by Jones.
All tied up at 8 here in this third quarter. There's a shot knocked away by Damoud. He seems to be finding his game here in the second half. Here's Knox. Steps back as Halifax works with the fresh shot clock. Here's Hogarth. Stood up by Messenger. One-handed shot whistled wide, and the long rebound is going to come back out to center. It'll be Philadelphia ball. Liam Patton catching one there from Cody Jamieson after the whistle. We'll see if anything comes of this. As the teams trot to the bench, we have a timeout on the floor. 7:59 left to go in this third quarter, and the Wings have pulled back even at 8.
The NLL is the next major league in sports, showcasing some of the greatest athletes in the world and a game day experience that is perfect for all ages. Go to your favorite team's website or visit nll.com/tickets and experience the excitement for yourself today.
We're here to sweat the details, to test and retest. Because when you're known for speed and reliability inside, you need to deliver speed and reliability outside, in all kinds of weather, all year round. Because if it can handle all of this, it can definitely handle this. Introducing Aero Outdoor 7. Aero, the way Wi-Fi should be.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center, where this Philadelphia crowd is eager to watch their Eagles in the Super Bowl tomorrow. And last week, Brennan O'Neill got a special visit from Eagles running back Will Shipley. They were able to exchange jerseys on the turf, and Will himself used to be a lacrosse player. He was a top 25 recruit coming out of high school, and even got to face Brennan O'Neill a few times growing up. So a really cool moment for those two, and I'm sure Brennan and all the Wings rather, will be cheering on the Eagles tomorrow in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Will Shipley's our new buddy up here in the booth. We got to spend some time with him, Scott, and great enthusiasm, not only for football, but for the game of lacrosse here as well. And you know, he might have been in this league if he hadn't been such a good football player.
No doubt. I mean, you just see the crossover of athleticism between football and lacrosse. You know, Will Shipley, number 28 for the Philadelphia Eagles, 5'11", 210. You see him with O'Neill, 6'2", 250. So we want to see great things out of Will Shipley tomorrow in the Super Bowl, and the Wings bring home the trophy.
There's a goal for Halifax, and it's another transition tally. Terefenko firing it home, and they take the 9-8 lead.
Terefenko once again doing the dirty work, rewarded with a goal.
This transition game has been a huge part of this one for Halifax to this point.
Just helping each other out. Withers again with the assist to Terefenko. Two guys just doing the dirty work. Withers with another face-off win, clears out the defender, flips it back to Terefenko for the goal.
And you talked about secondary scoring. Terefenko now with 2 on the game. Most of the normal offensive contributors here for Halifax only have 1 today, as they have spread out the scoring.
Hasek with a great shot right there, but it's better saved by Damude.
Here's Joe Reziteritz trying to tie it back up here for Philadelphia. Comes up high, fires, and a save made by Hill as he got the shoulder out. Comes to Reardon, who pushes it out to Catoni. Good second possession here for Philadelphia. Fresh clock. Left side, here's a shot on net. It was wide off the stick of O'Neill. It's battled for and knocked away, free for Reziteritz. He blistered one in there on Hill, who kept it out.
Great save by Hill, trying to get to that offside left glove, but Hill makes the stick save.
Here's Knox. Put it down the right side for Clark Peterson. Peterson dishes it off. They work it in down low. Oh, behind the back shot stopped by Damude. That was a nifty effort there by Halifax, but Philadelphia able to get the stop. Here is Malcolm. He's got some room. Kicked away by Will as it's knocked to the near side boards. And Hasek is going to bring it back up the floor. Under 6 to go here in this third quarter. It's been a back and forth affair all afternoon here at Wells Fargo Center. As Theed comes up high. Theed trying to extend the lead with 8 to shoot. Gets it off for Robinson. Fires, save Damude. Rebound comes to Anthony Jokum. And Jokum knocked to the floor, still has possession. Oh, a nice play by Jokum to pull it in underneath his body and keep it away, but he can't get it cleanly to Isaiah Davis-Allen. And Halifax takes back over.
Great hustle by Halifax. Lead to the cause turnover.
Theed hands it off to Peterson coming off the bench. Back to Robinson now. Robinson thought about the shot, now takes it, blocked, got it back, puts it low, and a save made by Damude. Mike Robinson stopped on a couple of bids there as Damude moves it quickly up the floor to Jones. Jones is going to settle it down. Wings offense coming out. Here's Joe Reziteritz. To Catoni off the bench. Back to Reziteritz. Reziteritz spinning, shooting. Save made by Hill. And Warren Hill hasn't been as busy perhaps as he's used to in this one, but he's been solid. Terefenko hands it off to Knox. They'll go into the corner with it. This is Bo Hunter, put it out high for Hogarth. And now Randy Stotts, back to Bo Hunter, fires, scores! Bo Hunter through traffic. That may have been deflected on its way in. But the Thunderbirds get the lead back out to 2.
A lot of crisp passing by Halifax to get that ball around, get the defense moving, switching. Finds Bo Hunter from that left-hand side, who just catches and releases low and sticks that low corner. Another look at it. Little look at Bo Hunter down in right-hand corner. Little screen in front by Patton. Damude loses it, beats him 5-hole.
And Bo Hunter is the 8th Thunderbird to get on the board in this game. They've got 10 goals from 8 different players.
And he is that other guy. You saw that stat, his 5th on the season to go with 1 assist. That's his 6th point in 7 games so far.
Here is Stotts as the Thunderbirds win another faceoff. Comes back around to Robinson looking for a hat trick. Robinson comes around behind the net, scooped one in, stopped by Damude, and we got a loose ball battle in front of the crease. Jokum over on the far wall trying to hack away at it, but Thunderbirds are going to get to it.
Just the hustle by the Thunderbirds is impressive. They're swarming all over the loose balls and regaining possession.
Jamison got by Isaiah Davis-Allen. Now it's worked over to the left side. Battled for there. Tyler Burton trying to hold off Hogarth. Got it out in front, and Hogarth's shot was wide. And Damoud's gonna scoop that one out of the air. They'll move it up the floor. This is Davis Allen handing it off to Joe Reziteritz. And now here's Mike Sowers. Sowers toward the net. Dipsy-do, a stave made by Hill as Sowers went into the cage. And now he's in a shoving match behind the net. We got a battle for the ball that brings it up the near side, and Armstrong's got it. Johnny Pearson at the center of that one again. Now a takeaway by Malcolm. Malcolm double team. Pulled out of his stick. It's loose on the floor, and Armstrong's going to get to it. Ahead for Bo Hunter. Bo Hunter lost the ball. He didn't know it. And Sellers swoops in and picks it up. Great effort by Connor Sellers. And now Philadelphia's McCannell pulls up at the line. Hands it off to Alex Pace, and he'll give it to Joe Reziteritz.
Great swarming defense by both teams. Serious back and forth.
Here's Reziteritz coming across. Dishes it off, a shot wide, rebound loose. Caputo trying to get it back on net, got tied up, and it'll be Halifax coming out with possession from that scrum in front. Tell you what, Scott, I think folks in Halifax are in for a treat next week when these two teams get back together, because it's already getting spirited here with still a quarter left to go. Back half of these home and homes are fun to watch. As a shot in on net was blocked down and picked up by Philadelphia. Yep. Under 2 to go here in the third quarter.
They get familiar with themselves and the tendencies, but also have some bad blood often created, and paybacks come on that second game.
Here's Reziteritz now with 12 to shoot. So the Wings still had some defenders out there. They'll get the offense out. Now here's Reziteritz to the net. Save made by Hill as Warren Hill gets down on that shot by Joe Reziteritz.
Warren Hill, just a great save. That's a big man at 240 pounds. He's more of the blocker, but that's an athletic save going to his glove side to get there to make that save on Reziteritz.
Here's Peterson. Dishes it off to Robinson. They battle for it as McCannell knocked that free. He's going to come away with it. 47 seconds left. Wings up the floor.
Good defense by Philadelphia, passing off one Dodger to another.
Oh, a nice play in front for Caputo, but he fired it wide, and Halifax pulls that in. They can play for a last possession here, but again, they do not have a timeout because of that failed challenge earlier in the quarter. So they'll do it on the fly. Philly almost forced a turnover there, but Halifax gets it back. It's Jamison. They work it around. 6 to shoot, 2 in the quarter. It's put on net by Theed, and a save made by Damoud at the buzzer. So the Philadelphia Wings, after pulling even here in the third quarter, once again, it's Halifax grabbing the momentum again, as they've got a 2-goal lead here headed into the final 15 minutes. Marvel night here at Wells Fargo Center for both sides, and we've got a treat for you here in the final quarter coming up.
you, Native Nations Dance Theater.
The wings are really good here.
Wings. And in the wings.
Back here at Wells Fargo Center, where the Halifax Thunderbirds have a 2-goal lead over the Philadelphia Wings, headed into the final quarter here this afternoon. Join in on the fun with the NLL's all-new fantasy game platform, NLL Pick'em, with access to weekly and monthly prizes. Play today at NLL.com. It is Marvel Night here at Wells Fargo Center, and that's the jerseys they're wearing tonight. Specialty Marvel jerseys created by the late Jeffrey Verregi, an award-winning Native American artist who has connections to Marvel Comics and traces his illustrations back to his indigenous roots. So a nice jersey here this year for the Wings that will be available via auction later on to benefit Wings charities.
So as you start off this fourth quarter, it starts with a face-off, and another face-off win for Halifax. Jake Withers, that's 22 face-offs, 19 of 22 face-offs.
And it leads to a goal there for Knox, who, again, this has been such a spread-out scoring day for these Halifax Thunderbirds. He becomes the 9th Thunderbird to find the back of the net here today.
Knox, that's his 9th on the season, as you see right there. The jammer, Cody Jamieson, just feeds it on a little pick and roll. Catch, shot, goal. Jason Knox. That's his 22nd point. Here's Withers again, the face-off. He's 19 of 22 for the day. Only 3 face-offs won by Philadelphia in 23 attempts. Withers wins another easy one.
And again, it's not just a today thing for Jake Withers by any sense of the imagination. He is 72% on his entire career.
He's gone perfect before, so at least he's not going to go 100% today against the Philadelphia Wings.
Here's Hogarth with a fake, and he had a good look at Nick Damoud, but Damoud with the stop, and the Wings have it going the other way. It's Anthony Jokum up the floor. Jokum drops it off, a shot and a save made by Hill, and Sellers gets his shot right back. Now off to Jones. Jones is going to wait for Jokum and Sellers to get off the floor and the offense to come on. It's Caputo coming out, shot or pass out of the reach of Catoni. O'Neal trying to swat it to the corner, but Halifax is going to pick it up and come the other way. Out the front door, a chance. Damoud makes the save. A big one there for Nick Damoud, and now another pass out of the reach of Liam Patton. Self-inflicted wounds here for the Wings in the early going.
Yeah, sloppy play right now. Those passes need to be crisp on the head of the stick. Catch and release.
Here is Stotts trying to get around McCannell. Dishes it off right side. Low shot stopped by Damoud. He picks it up with the glove. Flings it ahead to Jones. Damoud with a couple of assists on the season already. Here's a bid by Reza Terrett, stopped by Hill. And a save, or rather a loose ball picked up. Another transition chance here. And here's Dawson Theed putting it home. The 5th transition goal for Halifax this afternoon is Theed's tally. And it's the biggest lead of the day for the Thunderbirds.
Theed lets the defense work it at the far end. He's basket hanging down here right in front of the net. Gets the pass. Sets up, jams it high. Again, look at the defense. He relies on the defense. Terefenko finds Theed just hanging out. High shot, buries it. Dawson Theed.
And Theed was the Thunderbirds' leading goal scorer, still is the leading goal scorer on this team coming into the game today, but he had not tallied yet. It is now 10 different players scoring today for Halifax, as they're going to take over off this possession in the faceoff. Killing some time here is Terefenko. He's going to make Burton come down there and pick it up, and then he's going to blow right past him up the floor. Here's Terefenko. Dishes it off. And now Peterson works it free. Stotts and a kick save made by Daymud. Loose ball moved ahead by Philadelphia. This is Wagner dishing it off for Malcolm. Now out the front door, it's Reardon firing it wide. Loose ball, battled for, a stick knocked right out of the hands of a wing.
They're going to push on Hasek.
Yeah, they're going to get some pushing and shoving in front of the Wings bench as a couple of players are tangled up there. One of them is Reardon, the captain, or rather that's Caputo, excuse me. He got himself tied up with Curtis Romanchuk. And it looks like both of them are going to go to the box. So 4-on-4 coming up here, barring any further incidents, as there's still some discussion to be had here on what these penalties are going to be. Ian Rubel looking on here as he tries to get the troops going here, down by 4, and time is going to start to be a problem here for Philadelphia as well.
Penalties on the player as follows. Halifax number 27 has 2 minutes dead ball foul. He also has 2 minutes for face masking. Philadelphia number 16 has 2 minutes dead ball foul. That's it. It's going to be man up. Philadelphia 5-on-4. I need the in-home to serve 2 minutes over here.
So that's why I was kind of wondering, Scott, if anything else was going to come off of that, because it seemed like Caputo was angry about something, and it was that face mask.
Yep, trying to rip his helmet off. Micah Kersey not pleased with that. He's got the cushion of a few goals, but the #1 power play in the National Lacrosse League with the ball.
And this power play had been such a key to the Wings' success in the start that they had, as they won 5 of their first 7 games, scored 17 power play goals in those first 5 games. But they have not had a power play tally since the game in Buffalo on the 18th. So everybody gets situated here, and it's going to be a 5-on-4 power play for Philadelphia.
Catoni is the assist man on the power play. He's got 10 assists from the point there.
He's got Jones on the right side. Jones takes the shot, and it's stopped by Hill, and the Wings can't get in there near the loose ball, so it's picked up by Halifax, and Terefenko's got it. We're going to kill some time here as Stotts will put it back to Terefenko. It's 15 on the shot clock. Terefenko was content to just kind of hang out. Now he'll be pressured a little bit. Come to the near side, fires a long shot that Daymud got a glove on it. Wings got to get to that loose ball, and they do. As Halifax had knocks there in the vicinity, maybe to get a fresh shot clock, but Philadelphia able to pull it away. Now Catoni will hand it off to Rezaterets. To Jones, back to Rezaterets, back to Jones. They'll play catch. Rezaterets with a shot that's stopped. Goes into the netting, and it'll be Philadelphia ball with a fresh 30. Here's Catoni with Jones up top now. Rezaterets to his left. Rezaterets to Jones, missed the pass. He will go get it though uncontested. And hand it back off to Rezaterets. Catoni fires low, save made by Hill as he's able to keep that out. That may also have been tipped on the way in. And a stop for Halifax. They can eat up most of the rest of the power play here, as it's about a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the power play clock. So they will be content to eat up as much time as they can. This game was tied at 8 5 minutes into the third quarter, but Halifax has scored the last 4 goals since Michael Sowers picked up his first NLL goal. And they have pulled away here by 4. Here's a chance, though, for Sowers once again, looking for his second. It was stopped by Hill. He's going to come out and gobble up a loose ball. Good anticipation there by Hill. Threw it ahead for Armstrong, and he will lose that battle to Evan Messenger. A little bit of a collision there.
Credit to the Halifax defense. Really playing athletic D, switching off defenders, shutting down the potent offense for Philadelphia, and then delivering with another goal.
And that is going to be a hat trick for Mike Robinson, the Delaware product, coming out the front door. Another transition tally for Halifax, and they are up now by 5. It's 13-8.
Great transition by Halifax. Starts with defense, leads to a save, pushing it up the floor. Here's a loose ball. Defense leads to offense. Graham Hosick finds a streaking Mike Robinson. Little fake to the right, finish to the left. Beautiful goal for the Hattie. Oh no, 5-hole right there for Robinson. 3 on the day for him. And another face-off win for Halifax. Make it, take it for Halifax right now. Certainly the face-off is an area that the Philadelphia Wings need to improve.
Yeah, the Wings have, they've had their struggles there since Trevor Baptiste departed. Here's a shot in on net, stopped by Damoud. Nate Fair not in the lineup tonight. He had been taking some face-offs. Nick Rowlett has been injured this year. He came in last year and looked like he was going to have a chance to take over the job, but injuries have hampered his season. Tyler Burton is a huge face-off veteran in this league, but Jake Withers is just that good here tonight for Halifax. Here's Jones, almost went behind the back. Now he's behind the net. Tried to toss it out for Sowers, missed him. Quickly to it is O'Neill to save the over and back, and he's got 10 to shoot as O'Neill as he picks it up. O'Neill moves it ahead to Catoni, fires, and a save made by Hill. Catoni thinks that went in. The referee disagrees. Transition here the other way for Halifax as Theed had it skip over his stick. Challenge flag is on the floor, so we're going to get a stoppage and a look at this one.
Ian Rubel launches that challenge flag. Holden Catoni pretty confident that that ball went in.
You know, it's funny. I've figured out over the years, Scott, about the maximum distance that flag can fly, and it's right in the middle of the Wings logo. Sometimes it's hard to see there. Here's a look at what Catoni thinks is a goal. Ooh.
Bar down.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a goal.
Watch the bounce.
Inside the crease,
Bing.
bar straight down,
bang,
inside the line and out. Wow. There's some geometry for you right there.
Philadelphia is challenging the no goal call on the field. The play's under review. This is the media break.
Well, they're going to take a look at what we just saw and hopefully give the Wings a goal. We'll see what happens after this break here at Wells Fargo Center in the fourth quarter.
Love is in the air. It's a Valentine's Day doubleheader as the Buffalo Bandits head to Toronto in a rematch with the Rock at 7 Eastern. Then at 9:30, it's a battle of the prairies as the Saskatchewan Rush have a date with the Calgary Roughnecks. There will be no love lost in these rivalry matchups. It's a special edition of NLL Friday Night on TSN.
This is your life without Eero.
Oh, come on.
The Wi-Fi's out again.
This is the worst.
Not now.
And this is your life with Eero.
I love you too. Oh, come on.
Why would you do this to us?
This is the worst.
We can't improve everything in your life, but we can improve your Wi-Fi. It's fast, reliable, and now available outside your home. Eero, the way Wi-Fi should be.
Welcome back to Wells Fargo Center, where right now it's 13-8, but a possible Wings goal is coming in just a moment. Join in on the fun with the NLL's all-new Get your tickets today at NLL.com/tickets to watch your favorite team. All the big hits, highlight reel goals, and star-studded matchups. That's NLL.com/tickets. So we got a pretty good look at it before the break. They're still looking at it here, but it seemed, Scott, that this ball does hit behind the line and it spins out. There's a lot of spin on this ball, which is why it looked funny in real speed. It's going to hit that post and pick up some top spin, and it's going to land and shoot right back out.
Yeah, I'm gotta admit, I'm a little surprised why it's taking so long to make this call. As a good goal, but they are still looking closely at it.
I will say this, because we can see the crossbar and the line, it tells you that it's not an exactly straight down view, but I think in this particular case, it's the line, that they're concerned with. There's a plane, imaginary plane, if you would, that goes between that crossbar and that white line you can see over Kyle Kropman's shoulder there. That's what it has to break in order to be counted as a goal. And so you see there, I don't think Holden Catoni was wondering why it's taken so long too at this point.
He knew it right away too. From that vantage point, for him to know that it was a goal was pretty surprising. I mean, it seems very obvious. Warren Hill hoping the goalies or the referees are on his side. Let's see, here's the call.
Due to inconclusive evidence, the call on the field stands. It's no goal. Philadelphia has been charged with their second half timeout.
Well, that's a very interesting development then. Again, there is a slight angle of that shot that comes down from the crossbar down to the line, but I guess originally we thought there was sufficient gray between the ball and the line to be a goal. Not the case.
Is that a Kansas City Chiefs uniform that ref's got on there? What's going on here? Get those calls out of the way now.
Oh, we're going to get some emails this week, I think, maybe. Here comes the Halifax Thunderbirds starting things off. In the Wings' end, they are still up by 5. 13-8 is our score, and they have just had a dominant performance here today as Halifax is right now. They are out shooting the Wings by roughly 20. Unofficially 56-37, or 50, it is now 57-37. That's exactly 20 as another bid there from the right side is turned aside by Damoud. Loose ball battle, 81-45 in favor of Halifax. So they are firing on all cylinders here today. Here's O'Neill with a shot and a save made by Warren Hill. And let's not discount Warren Hill's contributions to this, as the Wings have had several great scoring chances that he's been able to keep out of the net.
Yeah, he's been tremendous. Big goaltender. He had 30 saves last weekend against Vancouver on 39 shots. He's a tough goaltender to beat. One of the tops in the National Lacrosse League.
Here's Rezatera. It's up high as he falls to the turf. He gets a shot away, but Hill gobbles that up, and he'll put it into some space for Terefenko. Terefenko is one of not many Halifax players with multiple goals in this game. In fact, him and Robinson are the only ones at this point with multiple goals in this contest, as a shot off a stick was blocked into the corner, and the Wings pull it a free there for Mike McCannell. By our count, I believe it's 6 transition goals of the 13 here for Halifax. Mitch Jones was dumped to the floor behind the play, but we continue. Pulled free now. Here's Sowers over the top. It got through and it rolled over the line. The second goal of the game for Michael Sowers in his NLL debut. And the score now 13-9.
One goal at a time for the Philadelphia Wings. There's one, compliments of Mike Sowers. Again, look at his little wiggle and go, sets his feet, little bounce shot, just gets under Hill's stick and rolls across the line for a goal. Good pick and roll. Nice pick by Joe Rezateras to free up Sowers. Nice overhand shot. Spin of the ball takes it over the line. Good goal.
And another one pulled free here by Jake Withers, as he's going to take this one deep and kill a little bit of clock. Clock is the Halifax Thunderbirds' friend at this point, but there's a loose ball on the floor, and the Wings are going to get to it. Connor Sellers knocked it free. So in a game where it's been hard to possess the ball off a restart, the Wings get a valuable one here. And they could chip away at this advantage. Here is Jones. Jones looking for some space, off to Rezateras, spinning around Terefenko, got the shot away, and Hill's able to gobble that up. Hill with a long pass, all the way almost to the yellow floor at the other end of the building. Knox is going to pull this free. Oh, it's swatted away nicely there as Knox had it knocked out of his stick, and the Wings now coming back down. Here's Catoni. He'll go over to Sowers. Back to Catoni. Lost it. It's loose on the floor. Bad break for Catoni as it spun away. Now Sowers getting in on the action. Is going to pull this one free. Now he's in a battle on the boards, double teamed. Taking a run at him is Armstrong. Armstrong's going to come away with it.
A lot of action there. Refs letting him play.
But Sowers getting physical here in his first indoor game. If you joined us late, Michael Sowers, a three-time PLL All-Star, 28 years old, has not played indoor yet. He's dished off near side. Here's a shot by Peterson that was wide. Now a shot bid by Stotts is blocked. Wings got him from Albany earlier this season. He was not playing indoor at all. He went onto the Wings practice squad, spent a few weeks there learning the finer points of the game, and now with Sam LeClaire out with an injury, he comes in today and contributes with a couple of goals to this point. Here's O'Neill over the top wide. 10 to shoot as the loose ball came to Jones. He's battled on the near side, knocked to the floor, and it'll be Halifax coming away with it. Jake Withers on the loose ball as he adds to his total.
Got Brennan O'Neill stuck on the defensive end, big 34 in the middle.
Stotts had a shot blocked off the stick. Now it's Thede trying to get away from Connor Sellers, around to pick, dishes it off. Here's a bid, stopped by Damoud, and we've got a penalty coming up as Tyler Burton and Cody Jamieson are nose to nose. Let's see what comes of this. At the moment, it's only Jamieson headed toward the penalty box, so it looks like we're going to have a Philadelphia Wings power play as Jamieson saunters over to the visiting team's favorite spot in Wells Fargo.
Halifax number 88, minor penalty, spearing. Media time.
So a Wings power play when we come back, as we've got 4:24 left here in this fourth quarter, and the Wings with some work to do when we return.
The official chiropractor of the Philadelphia Wings, providing care, exceptional results with a personalized touch. Visit njnerve.com to make your appointment today.
Final minutes here in Philadelphia, and Halifax with a 4-goal lead late in the fourth quarter. Love is in the air as it's a Valentine's Day doubleheader coming up. The Buffalo Bandits head to Toronto in a rematch with the Rock at 7 Eastern. Then at 9:30, it's a Battle of the Prairies as the Saskatchewan Rush have a date with the Calgary Roughnecks. There'll be no love lost in these rivalry matchups. Don't miss a special edition of NLL Friday night on TSN next week.
Cody Jameson's spearing penalty sets up Philadelphia for the power play.
And a huge save there by Warren Hill in the early goings of this power play on Blaze Reardon. Wings cannot keep the ball over midfield, and so it goes back to the Thunderbirds. Here's Tarafenko. Dishes it off to Robinson, the two leading goal scorers for the Thunderbirds in this contest. Alex Pace pestering Robinson, but he got the pass off to Tarafenko, who's just killing time out near midfield. Pass blocked off his stick. Wings get it back a little bit earlier than they would have otherwise. Here's Tony Malcolm.
Looks like the Wings on this power play want to set up Blaze Reardon for the quick stick low left. Look for Reardon to set up just outside the crease, get the ball around. Quick stick, low left to Reardon, looks open.
Here's Reza Terrence, fires, save made by Hill. Reardon's there looking for the loose ball, but it's not going to get out of the crease. And Halifax comes up the floor with 50 seconds left on the power play. You can kill about half of that here on this possession. Withers send it over to the right side. Thunderbirds just eating up clock here as it's Knox. Moving back up high, drops it off for Stotts. Stotts fires, save Damoud, and the rebound picked up by the Thunderbirds. However, the pass is off the mark. The Wings catch a break there as it's Tyler Burton waiting for the offense to come out. One last opportunity here on the power play for Philadelphia. It's Katoni to Jones, and now Reza Terrence all set up. Caputo to Jones, and back to Caputo again. Shot blocked, back to Jones. Katoni, Reza Terrence, Jones, deflected on its way in, goes wide. Reza Terrence, quick stick save. Reardon fired it wide. It's loose on the far wall, and it's going to come out to Mitch Wild, who moves it up the floor. Here's Jameson out of the box to the net. He's checked. Nice play there coming off the bench by the Philadelphia defense. That was Messenger making that play.
What a play by Messenger. It looked like Cody Jameson was just going on one-on-one. He's dangerous in front of the net, but Messenger steals it, and Joe Reza Terrence delivers.
Wings aren't dead yet. Joe Reza Terrence puts it home. And they close the gap to 3 here with under 2 to play. We're going to have automatic reviews here from here on out because of the game being under 2 minutes. Wings had the extra attacker on the floor for this one, and Joe Reza Terrence converts.
Little reminiscent of last week's game against Rochester, where the Wings just put it on late in the game. They need it right now. Great ball movement, finding Reza Terrence to his favorite spot. Outside blast, bangs it home. He's got his hat trick.
All scoring plays under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter are subject to automatic review.
Certainly going to be a good goal. Wings bring it within 3. Referee's just got to make sure that no one was in the crease at the time of the shot. But Joe Reza Terrence with a great shot from outside. Beautiful goal for a hat trick to go with 3 assists. 6 points on the night for Joe Rez.
So the Wings have gotten the offense from their usual suspects in this contest, as Reza Terrence has a 6-point game. Mitch Jones with 9 points and a goal and 8 assists. He picks up an assist on that goal. They'll confirm it here for us.
The call in the field is confirmed. It is a good goal.
But on the Thunderbird side of things, again, it's been so well spread out in this contest here today, as 13 different Halifax players have at least a point in this game.
And at this point in the game, too, with the 1:51 remaining, after the Wings score, they need a possession. They need the ball back. And Jake Withers has just been so dominant. It's almost, we'll be quite surprised if the Wings can pull this off.
That's the bigger problem, is not really the 3-goal deficit. It's Jake Withers standing in the way of them getting the ball back, and this time Withers is able to push it out to Graham Hosick, who comes in and picks it up off the restraining line. Now Withers gets it off to Tarafenko.
24 wins on 27 faceoffs. What a great performance by Jake Withers at the dot.
That was a turnaround shot that was wide of the net. It's picked up by Messenger. Wings have very little room for error here with just 1:20 left to go in this fourth quarter. They need 3. Here's Jones to Sowers. Sowers got it over to Rezaterets, to Caputo, back to Rezaterets. Gattoni fires, blocked on the way in. It came to Jones, but he didn't have a lane to shoot. Dunk attempt by Caputo behind the net is stopped by Hill.
Empty net, Damude's already on the bench.
And Tarafenko completes his hat trick into an empty net to finish this one off for Halifax.
All or nothing type play for Philadelphia. You got to pull your goalie, get the 6-on-5 advantage. Had the high percentage shot. Great save by Warren Hill, as he has done all night. And Ryan Tarafenko gets a loose ball and a goal all within one possession. Gets another hat trick for him on the night.
So Tarafenko's first career hat trick was the last time out for Halifax against Vancouver on the 31st. He gets another one here today.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Back-to-back hat tricks, 3-goal games for Tarafenko.
Played 56 games without one in his career, and now he's got 2 in a row. And this is going to be a penalty here in the late goings. It's just procedural at this point. It'll be a holding call, I believe, against Philadelphia on that last rush by Halifax.
Another face-off win by Halifax, picked up by Clark Peterson, who goes straight to the net. Gets tackled by Pace.
Philadelphia, number 12, 2 minutes, hooking.
So we've got 39.2 seconds left on the clock here, and that's a little bit ahead of the shot clock, but again, it's more procedural than anything here for Halifax, who, after losing the first 3 games of their schedule, now won 4 of their last 5 to jump right back into the mix here on the playoff side of things. Everybody's about at the halfway point of the season, and there's still a lot of lacrosse left to be played, but Halifax with a great recovery here after a tough start to their season.
And we talked about in the open what this means for the standings. So the Wings give one back, Halifax picks one up, gets to 500, and these guys get to see each other next weekend. Saturday, February 15th, Halifax hosts the Wings for the rematch.
Those games are always fun when you get the back half of those home and homes, and this will be no exception, as the Deadpool Marvel jerseys turn up good for Halifax here today. They get the 14-10 win.
Warren Hill, great effort right there. 37 saves on 47 shots. Great performance by the goaltender, Warren Hill.
Wings had a couple of young players with some great efforts here tonight, and Brennan O'Neill, perhaps one of the prettiest goals we've seen this season, Scott.
Absolutely, right to left, one hand, backhand dunk shot, lands on his, almost on his head, but just a beautiful goal by Brennan O'Neill, a highlight film of the day, one of the highlights for the Wings today. He had a goal and 3 assists for 4 points. Good effort, not good enough to give the Wings the win.
It's time now for today's assist of the game, brought to you by Eero. And all the assists today coming out of the back end are the story of this game, Scott.
And it's just the transition game that you saw all day by Halifax, pushing the ball up the floor. Look at these transition goals sitting there, right there. Armstrong in front. 2 back-to-back transition games for the Eero assists of the game.
It was a huge part of the contest here for Halifax today. The transition game, especially in the first quarter, 3 goals alone in that first quarter, setting them up for success here this afternoon at Wells Fargo. So the Wings lose for the second consecutive week, and the Thunderbirds have things going back the right way. Once again, our final score is the Thunderbirds 14, Wings 10. Today's game was produced and directed by Darren Chapetta. This has been a National Lacrosse League presentation in association with Freedom Broadcast Studios. Coordinating producer for the NLL is Scott Zollatoro. Manager of broadcast is Mike Pettit. And the Senior Vice President of Operations is Ed Durst. Joel Feld is our executive producer. Thanks for watching, and good afternoon from Philadelphia.